Hey everyone, it's Sean Newsmarky. In today's video is a drawing video, so make sure to have your pencils out. We're going to be talking about how to make a good character reference sheet and prove it works by placing your character in a scene. To make a successful character reference sheet, you first want to know what area your character is hailing from and what time period they lie in. However, if it's like my manga Horns and it's a more advanced world, you can go crazy with the designs. Here, I was deciding whether I wanted to have Spooky in a cloak or show him with a different piece of clothing, but I chose a cloak and worked on it later. The first tip I heavily recommend is knowing what kind of character you're going to create and play music that relates to their aura. If you're going to create a warrior, play epic music battle or something. If you're creating a villain, make sure to play villainistic music. Well, it depends on what times this is set in, of course. You don't want to play 1800s music when your villain is set in the 3000s. If you're making an overpowered character, I would recommend going onto Trash Gang's channel and looking at the songs that they promote. For years, I've enjoyed listening to the music from the various artists they upload there, and they upload around 3 songs every day, so I recommend having a browse around. For example, when drawing the design for Spooky here, I realized he had a twisted mentality, and his Seraphim Uzumaki can use Osteomancy, the control of waves. So I played Twisted Nerves, as I felt as though that's the best song to describe his personality. Music is incredibly helpful when it comes to non-visual inspiration, and if you're the type to invest in your series genuinely, then you can even go and create your own music if you want, essentially creating a theme for your character. The day I discovered the sea shanty Jolly Rouge, I knew that I had the right song for my character, Captain Kazi, as his hair is red, you know, rouge, and it matches his character. I spent 3 days listening to that song only, drawing him in panels and funny situations. Now I've got his character design essentially memorized. Another tip you want to consider when drawing things like the face is what sort of personality they have. Are they delinquent? If so, do they have tattoos? Are they a warrior? If so, do they have scars, like cuts? Are they extremely nice or evil? If so, do they smile a lot? It's a good thing to have a character sheet with all this information already made so that you understand what kind of character you're drawing. This will help in the long run and help with consistency. However, if you're just doodling and you want to start off with a character design first, then be sure to have an open mind and be creative. Before I read JoJo, I would have never had a character that had lacy clothing unless they were a seductive woman. But once I saw examples like Boss Diavolo and Anasui from part 6, my ideas changed and I gathered inspiration from there. But be sure to read your inspiration manga, if it is a manga, in the entirety so you understand why they have that sort of clothing and how it matches their personality. This leads on to my next tip. Try to fish around for inspiration from other characters, works from other artists, books, and practically anything you find. I am not telling you to plagiarize, do you understand? I don't want you guys getting sued. This is different from creating a different outfit or transformation from an already made character if you're making a doujinshi, but make sure to explicitly inform your readers that you did not create that character. I genuinely don't think that people actually understand plagiarism ruins lives and throws people out of jobs and trust. Anyway, on a brighter note, I told you guys I was inspired to give one of my male characters lacy clothing because of JoJo. Think of it like that, mix and match clothing or hair designs, even eyes depending on your art style. And that leads on to my next tip, which is also to have preset art style sheets. Have a sheet where you've drawn a variety of head shapes, body shapes, eyes, noses, etc. This will come in handy when trying to add some character diversity into your series. If all of your characters have the same design, then that could get old pretty quickly. The layouts for your sheet can include a front view, a side view, and a back view, or maybe even just the top half on view of the side view and the back view of your character. You want to have their weapon, or maybe you can make a different sheet for the weapon if it's that sophisticated. You want to have their powers, not really their personality. That's what the character information sheet is about, which I'll do a separate video on. You want to draw their most prominent features. So in most of my character sheets, in my manga, a lot of my characters have earrings. I just find it a really nice thing to have. So I'll draw their ears with their certain earring. I'll draw their eyes if they have a certain sort of eye. I'll draw their blood mark. I'll draw birthmarks, tattoos, their most prominent qualities, if you will. And you also want to have a close-up of their head, like a side view, a front view, maybe 3/4 view. It just depends on what you want. Here, what I'm doing at the moment is I'm drawing a manga page with my characters. That's one of the things that you want to do to confirm that this is the genuine character design that you want. You want to draw your character in a scene of your manga, series, comic, whatever it is, to actually prove that they work in that said world. And you want to draw them in a way that brilliantly showcases their aura and how you're going to reveal them, if you will. You guys might have seen I ended up messing up the background because I messed up the 3-point perspective on the top panel, so I had to rub it out and redo it. But I think that Spooky really works with the design that I've given him. I've given him a glove which utilizes the power of his Osteomancy, the controller of waves. I've given him clothing at the back of his cloak. He's got his blood mark, which is sort of like a wave. A spiral, which relates to how his family uses Osteomancy, which stays in tune with his character design. You want to stay consistent with their character design and make sure that everything makes sense. You don't want to have a little boy who dresses up in a dress and high heels just for the sake of it. Maybe if you're making a comedic manga, then by all means, but you want to have a reason for everything that you make. That boy in the hat, by the way, is one of my characters, Bones. I did change his design yesterday, actually, because I just needed to have a placeholder. He was the one character from Memento Mori that I hadn't done the design for yet, but now I've done a design for him. I've got everyone from Memento Mori down, and it's looking good. So don't really worry if he looks a bit weird or out of place when everyone else looks different. But yeah, you want to ensure that your character genuinely fits in your given world, and that's basically it. If you guys want to more in detail video about this same topic, and you actually want to see me do everything in real time and narrate it while I do it, then make sure to let me know in the comments, because I won't know to make a video that you guys want unless you suggest it. But other than that, that's pretty much all I have to say for today's video. Hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe. Chidori.
Inexplicable.